Good evening. The March 5th, 2026 regular meeting of the Parks and Recreation Commission is called to order. Would the secretary please call the roll for determination of a quorum?
Commissioner Colopy?
Here.
Commissioner Hunneman?
Here.
Commissioner Fernandez?
Here.
Vice Chair Gilliland is absent. Chair Parker?
Here.
Let the record reflect all commissioners are present with the exception of Vice Chair Gilliland with an excused absence.
Thank you very much. If you'd all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'd ask Commissioner Hunneman to lead us in it.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With the secretary determining a quorum at this time, after speaking earlier with city staff, I am exercising the chair's prerogative to move agenda discussion item number 1 to the top of the agenda. I am doing so for the benefit of those in the audience who may wish to speak on the item. Discussion number 1 extends the privilege of the floor to Ms. Leah Kollick, a dedicated public servant who has faithfully served the city of Murrieta for 32 years. Ms. Kollick's fingerprints can be seen over every parks program, every special event, and every CSD facility. She will be retiring from the city next month, meaning this is her final Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. With the utmost respect, this commission extends the floor to her. Leah, the floor is yours.
Woo! Good evening, commissioners. Tonight I'm giving a brief overview of the Community Services District, its formation, how it's funded, and a few fun facts about its history. This is meant to give context for how our parks, recreation programs, and maintenance services have evolved over time. And this PowerPoint will be kind of a keeper because it has a lot of things in there, dates and so on, that you'll want to remember. So with that, we're going to start with the CSD formation. This section walks through how the city and the CSD came to be. Murrieta voted for city incorporation on November 6th, 1990, and officially formed on July 1st, 1991, at which time County Service Area, or CSA, 143 was detached from the area. Because the city detached from CSA 143, the city lost the ability to assess rates and services that the CSA 143 had been providing. That required special legislation and local area formation commission approval to reverse that detachment. The CSD was officially formed on July 1st, 1993, along with the fire department 2 years after the city incorporated. At that time, the CSD also included trash collection, police services, and I bet our city manager did not know it included police services at the time, police services, and street lighting. Staffing included 10 full-time and 9 part-time employees, and we maintained about 360 acres and roughly 11 to 13 parks at that time. The special event, the only special event that we offered as the CST came over, was the egg hunt. By 1994, acreage had increased to 437 acres and 15 parks, and the city added Santa's visits, traveling neighborhoods with Santa on a 1923 Seagraves fire truck. The combined recreation and maintenance budget was about $2.4 million, with another $865,000 for trash, police, and street lighting. Then in 1995, Trash and police services were removed from CSD, and we added the Fall Festival. You cannot speak about the Community Services District without also mentioning Proposition 218. Proposition 218 passed in November 1996, and it changed how districts could assess for services. It took effect fiscal year 97-98 and required us to separate out the budget into exempt services, direct benefit services, and a general benefit service. General benefit services included programs, events, sports parks, arterial landscaping, and lighting that benefit the entire community as a whole. To fund general services, benefit services, the city proposed Measure CC in spring of 1997. This was a 4.2% general tax on gas and electric bills. It needed 50% plus one to pass. However, it only received 48% of the vote. The failure had major impacts. 13 employees were laid off, recreation programs were canceled, facilities were closed, and irrigation and maintenance were significantly reduced. The Boys and Girls Club stepped up and started operating the pool and the recreation programs for us. For the fiscal year 97-98 budget, just 3 weeks later, on July 1st, 1997, the recreation budget was eliminated. Staffing included just 7 full-time employees. Then Measure WW was then proposed in November 1997. This was a $45 per equivalent benefit unit, or EBU, special tax with no consumer price index inflator. It required a 2/3 approval and passed with 67.4% of the vote. That $45 has never been increased since its inception, almost 30 years. Measure WW, again, had an EBU of $45. That split, 61% is for parks maintenance and 39% goes for recreation. Included on that, there was a Measure XX, a $15 equivalent benefit debt service tax for a community center that failed at 51.2% of the vote. For the exempt benefit funding, these are services that are exempt from Proposition 218, meaning no voter approval is required. They include flood control and drainage, street sweeping, and open space maintenance. The exempt rate is $45.44 per equivalent benefit unit, with no CPI inflator. That $45.44 is broken down to $39.72 for flood control and drainage services and $5.72 for street sweeping. So there is also the third part of the CSD budget, which are the direct benefits. These are lettered zones A through F, H, and I. They were reaffirmed by the voters for these assessments under Prop 218. You'll notice that Zone G for Old Town did not make it past the voters. So we do not have a Zone G, and we do not provide services, direct benefit services to downtown. These zones fund local benefit services for areas such as a tract or a specific plan, including street lighting, common area landscaping, and local parks. A CPI inflator was not included in the reaffirmation of these local zones. Now, post 218, we started with landscape lighting districts, and these are numbered. These are numbered districts 1 through 31 and were formed after Prop 218. The CPI varies from 0% to 3% depending on the district. Like the lettered zones, these districts fund local benefit services like street lighting, common area landscaping, and local parks. So in summary, this slide discusses the 3 revenue categories for the various CSD now Municipal Services District, budgets, general, exempt, and local. General is measured WW at $45 per EBU. Exempt is $45.44 per EBU. Local assessments vary by zone and district. So before we go on, I have a few fun facts. Just these are the most common questions we get about Murrieta's history. And since I will no longer be here to remind staff of certain relevant information, I thought we could go through a few of them. And this is also a bit of a quiz to see if you've been paying attention through the presentation.
Leah, staff is having fun with you.
I know they are. Can't wait to rewatch this video later on. If you know the answer, shout it out. And we'll just go, there's just 2 pages, there's about 12.
Does that go for us too? Do we have to shout it out too? Is everyone playing?
Yeah.
Just commission? Everybody or who commission?
Oh, anybody can play.
Oh, it needs to be everybody.
Remember, you have to speak up. I have hearing aids, so.
Friend Paul, I got you.
Okay, so what was the date the CSD became part of the city? No.
93 or 94?
93.
93.
So CSD became part of the city July 1st, 1993. The same thing with the fire department. The fire department didn't come over. It was the same hiccup in splitting off of the funding. So the fire department and the CSD became part of the city July 1st, 1993, not 1991.
Yeah, the whole fire department thing went over real well back then.
It did.
Yeah. When they started laying off firefighters.
When did Cal Oak Sports Park and Pool open?
Oh, man, I got this.
It's prior,
1990.
I want to say
Okay.
1947 because it's not old. It's prior to incorporation. But,
Nope.
1988.
Okay. February 2nd, 1991.
89. Okay.
Yeah. We used to have everybody that participated or was a participant at the pool used to have ID cards and their pictures taken. That was not the best. I don't recommend ever doing that again.
Probably still have yours, don't
Yeah, I do. Actually. I actually do. Okay.
Leah, let me jump in. And what wasn't well communicated is the people in the Cal Oaks development thought that sports park had been built exclusively for them.
Yes,
And
yes, they did.
Those of us in Las Brisas and Alta Murrieta and had to kind of fight our way in to get our little cards.
Yes, they did think it was just their park.
Right.
Okay, when did the city acquire or open the following?
2004.
We would have.
Nope.
Now, are we talking about the town hall becoming the community center? Because the
yep.
town hall predates
So when did it?
every living person.
When did the city acquire it?
95.
Okay. It was purchased June 5th, 2001.
After a nasty grand jury report.
Yep. Senior Center,
2004.
when did we have the opening? 2005. Excellent. Yay. Okay. Youth Center,
Ooh.
what day?
November 16, 2013.
November 14th, 2013.
I said 14.
Okay. Equestrian Park. Oh, she's not here. Equestrian Park. I was gonna, where's, Crystal, there, you're hiding over there. Crystal?
I got
Okay.
Year would have been
92.
senior session 9, 10. So I'm going to say 13.
Okay, we got 2013. Any other takers?
Let's go 2012.
Okay, all right. Council approved purchase to,
That was a good year.
okay? Town Square Park, not the amphitheater, not the amphitheater.
6 years ago.
Okay, well,
When did we acquire that?
No, when it was opened or.
Opened?
Opened, yeah, opened or acquired, somebody.
2009, because, eight,
Yeah,
eight,
2008.
2008?
April.
we would all fail.
Okay, Laura, you should know this.
Okay, that was 6 years ago. Wasn't it during?
It was during COVID.
You would know.
When was your emergency room visit?
2020. Yeah, 2020. We're going 2020.
Okay.
I think these are all.
No, it's on the plaque out. It's on the plaque out there.
Just made it. Because COVID, we pushed it back.
We did. We had. Okay. When did the city start Santa's visits?
After we came to 95?
92?
Originally.
Is the next one when it goes?
94. I'm over 94.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember our lead lifeguard at the time, Jennifer Handy, and I were on the back of that 1923 Seagraves fire engine, on the back, holding on. And we didn't stop. We went 5 nights. We went for about 2.5 hours every night. It was so cold on the back of that fire truck.
And through Canada.
Yeah.
I just remember Mayor Allen on the back of the fire truck, and they came around the corner of my house on 2 wheels. 'Cause
Yes.
They were trying to get it done so fast because it was
That's
so cold.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. And the fire truck being 1923 constantly broke down all the time. So, okay.
But if he rode on it, Santa got a good buzz. Because the fumes were pretty intense. Yeah.
Knowing from experience?
What was the very first city event that the staff coordinated?
Egg hunt.
Yep, 1994. How many parks does the city have?
53.
Thank you. How many miles of trails does the city maintain? 1,400 miles? 1,400? 1,400? Oh, gosh.
That's from here to St. Louis.
I have not been doing my job then. What was the first year the city had fireworks at the birthday bash?
We're at 30. It's 30.
I'm gonna say 95. I feel like
Yeah,
everything happened
97.
in 95.
I'm gonna go 97.
Any other guesses?
I want to say 2001.
Johnson,
2001?
2001.
Any others?
96.
Okay. All right. What was Firefighters Park's original name before Fire Station number 3 was built?
Murrieta Hot Springs Park. Whitewood Park? Yeah. The Turtle Park. The Turtle.
The turtle.
Never turned on. The Broken Turtle Park.
Maybe Hot Springs Park? I don't know.
All right. Before Fire Station number 3 took a little bit of the park, it was called Sycamore Park. Okay. Last but not least,
Oh, many city managers. Oh, wow.
And can you name them? I'll start with Jack Smith,
The next question.
Lori Moss,
Here we go.
I think it's 7.
Ron Bradley,
You're jumping.
I heard a
Forgot
number.
Steve before.
Justin Clifton,
Steve Harding.
Steve Harding,
Yeah, we got that.
and
Hey.
and I just saw her husband the other night.
Ray Moss.
Oh, yeah. John Van
Justin's predecessor, whose name is
So I heard the number. Correct one. It's 7.
Kim Summers. That's what I was thinking.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I forgot about Steve
All
Mendoza.
right. Oh, no. Well, that concludes the presentation, but before I close and answer any questions on the presentation, I wanted to take a brief moment on a personal note. This is my last Parks and Recreation Commission meeting before I retire on April 3rd, and I didn't want to leave without expressing my appreciation. To our current commissioners and to all the commissioners who have served, thank you. Over the years, thank you. Your dedication, your time, and your thoughtful guidance have shaped the parks, programs, and public spaces that make Murrieta such a special community. Every commission I've worked with has brought its own strengths and perspectives, and each one has played a part in moving this department forward. You've supported new parks, championed community events, and helped ensure that our facilities remain safe, welcoming, and meaningful for residents of all ages. It has truly been an honor to work alongside all of you. I am grateful for your professionalism, the collaboration we've had, and the trust that you've shown me throughout the years. Thank you for everything you've done and continue to do for this community. Thank you. And to my peanut gallery behind me, I have other special, I have a time and place where I'll be
We'll be here when you're
expressing my thanks to you all at but I couldn't have done it, obviously, without all of you. It takes a village, and you're my village, and you're my people.
Thank you, Leah. Any comments from commissioners?
Well, Leah, on behalf of the commission and my fellow commissioners may certainly have something to say. It has been an honor and a pleasure to work with you. Your passion is unrivaled. The team that surrounds you is also unrivaled. In fact, in true Murrieta team fashion, CSD team fashion, our dear friend Laura didn't think we would remember to bring something to remember you. So she brought something for us to give you. But
Oh, yeah.
we remembered too.
Yeah, she's known for plan A's, B's, and C's.
Well, we're on plan D.
Contingency, redundancy.
But you'll find I guess great minds think alike. You'll find two orchid plants. There's one there and one at the other end of the table.
Thank you.
Or nearby. So again, Godspeed.
Thank
Wish you well in retirement, and it's been an honor.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Leah, it has been a pleasure to work with you. You are, like Chris said, your passion for the city, for the community, for the parks, you can see it in your team. They're definitely going to miss having you, and we're going to miss seeing you, and you've just been a pleasure. So good luck in retirement. Have fun. Get all your projects done at the house, and thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure.
We go way back.
Yes, we do, my friend.
Since
Way back.
before, well, I don't remember the first time I met you, but it was had to involve something to do with the city. I was on a committee very early on setting EBUs.
Mm-hmm.
We were not popular.
No.
No. How much are we going to tax your house? Yeah, okay. People love that. And I also was a co-chair of the WW campaign, which we titled Whack These Weeds, because that's what we needed to do to get money to pay for landscaping and just all kinds of other things between the parades and the Santa runs and everything. And it's been a pleasure every time I've ever had to work with you, that I got to work with you and this staff. And you will be sorely missed by these people in this room and by the community, I think, more than they know yet. I'm sure whoever follows you in this job has got some tough shoes to fill, but just very appreciative of all that you've done. And the fact that you've done it with $45, I don't think people realize how little they pay.
And that's actually a portion of what we get.
Yeah, I know.
Most of it, 61%, goes to maintenance. We're 39%.
53 parks and trails and all the programs that go on, and it's just an amazing job. And good luck to you. And your son's playing tennis tonight.
Yes, he is.
He's 15.
He's-
I remember when he was born, so
Yes, you do.
we go back that far. So thank you again. I think on behalf of all of us who've ever sat at this dais for anything, that very appreciative of all you've done. Thank you.
Thank you. And John goes back a lot further than that. You know, I think I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years.
Yes.
And, you know, I appreciate your dedication. The thing that's always amazed me is your knowledge. Because you'd go, what about that tree on the southeast corner of Cal Oaks? And you'd go, well, that was planted in 32. And right next to it, George Washington cut down that tree. And every single park, it would be like, yeah, you know, there's that road that runs right in front of their Paul. Don't you know where that is? And yeah, so it's your knowledge that you keep up here that I think will be sorely missed. And I thank you very much for everything that you pour into it.
Thank you all.
So, Madam Secretary, I think we've got some public comments, and the first person I'm going to call on is our city manager, Justin Clifton.
Yeah, wherever you want to go.
This is good. Thank you so much. What do you say to somebody who's worked for 32 years in public service? And, you know, Chair Parker, you mentioned the knowledge. I think Leah's probably forgotten more about CSD than some team members will learn in their entire time in this department. I mean, it's really prolific, and I especially appreciate that tonight's presentation doubled as an opportunity to mock your city manager and your director and many of your team members for just how little they know. I did get one question right, which was 53, but that's pretty paltry, right, by comparison, because you really do. I can't even count the number of times I had a question of anybody, and sometimes having nothing whatsoever to do with CSD, just history. How did we get here? What happened? You know, when did George Washington plant the cherry tree or whatever? And somebody says, go ask Leah. I said, well, Leah? No, I'm asking a question about the roads or something else. They say, yeah, go ask Leah because you know, I have a passion for public service. And to some extent, I think it's my job to try to inspire others about what makes it special. And every once in a while, you get to meet somebody who just embodies it. Like if it was the definition and you open the page in the dictionary, there'd be a face there, and it'd be yours. And I remember in particular one time, my first time out on Santa Stops, and I got to ride in the car, and we're driving around announcing that Santa's coming, and I can't remember. I think the stereo's either strapped to the roof or wedged in the window. There's some pulleys and ropes or something involved, but it worked, and what I remembered was that sense of joy, but it wasn't the kind of exuberant, excited joy of somebody who's just getting started, and it also wasn't the kind of fatigue that you might get with somebody, toward the end of their career. Leah, you had a quiet, calm contentment of somebody that knows that you love what you do and that you're good at it. And as you announced, Santa's coming, it's almost like somebody humming at work, right? You knew exactly what to do. And I just love that, right? And more than anything, I want to say thank you because you've given all of us the absolute most precious thing anybody can give. And that's your time. And you gave a lot of it. And you made a big difference. You touched a lot of people in their lives, your team members. You've been here for a long time making a lot of impressions, and that impression's going to last a long time after you leave. Thank you. And any other notes you want to give me of how to avoid undoing something brilliant that you did, it's welcome. So, okay. Thank you again, Lee.
Or the rocket ship. Don't mess with the rocket ship.
Yeah, I agree with you. What do you say to somebody 32? I was just doing the math on 56. I was 24 years old when you started here. Hey, so I got a short stint to sit up there. I filled in the remaining months of someone's term, and then I took a break and I did it again. And so I wasn't here very much. But I do want to say maybe I'm more representative than a past commissioner or just a citizen. And the people make the town. And I don't really want to say much more than just thank you. Thanks for what you did. I'm a small business owner and a citizen. I've raised my 2 daughters here, all the extravaganzas and fireman barbecues. And it's just been a wonderful experience. And every time we go to one of these events, there's you and your staff back here running around. Yeah. And so just, if I represent the citizens, I just thank you. Thanks for your service. We'll miss you.
So much. That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Councilperson Christy White, you're on the list? Oh, former. Excuse me.
I've sat there, I've sat up there, but I've never sat. So I might try it this way. Just because I like to be different. I made some notes just so I can try to touch upon a few things. Parks make life better. That's the slogan from. And when I was a commissioner, I really felt that Leah Kolick helped make parks make life better. And when I would sit up here, I would do my homework and come prepared, but I always sat up there thinking, wow, you know so much. I'd better go home and do more homework to be prepared, because you set the bar very high and inspired my commissioner colleagues to come with good questions and to have prepared to rise to the standard that you set for the department. And that left a lasting impression on me, so thank you for that. Your leadership has been great. You're always well prepared. Dedication, I think the job that most of our staff do, and certainly you typify, is it's kind of a lifestyle job. It's not something that is 9 to 5. You motivate your team to do the job morning, noon, and night when the occasion rises, and to do it with style and grace and aplomb. And never let anybody see you sweat. And the team. So that's an admirable trait, and you've left a huge legacy in that regard, among many other things. I think also another thing that I truly admire is you can take questions from commissioners and those pesky city council people who pepper you with questions, and you've always answered them with intelligence, facts. You've admitted when, let me get back to you on an item. You didn't punt. You inspired a lot of confidence in the material that you would share because of the dignified and knowledgeable way that you always responded. So it's pretty tricky to be able to sit here, and it's a real art to learn. So you've been a good role model in that. I've learned a lot from you, and thank you for that. I thank you for all your contributions. I'd be curious what your highlights are, if you want to tell us what your highlights are.
I have a few.
What would you say your highlights are?
Oh, well, professionally, the amphitheater, the tot lot with the rocket ship, getting the grant for the first inclusive playground. But what I'll remember most is when the speaker catches on fire at the birthday bash, when the Santa's hat falls off on the trailer and falls off the trailer, and here comes a street sweeper sweeping it up. When the fire truck breaks down for the 15th time, and you now have to take Santa and put him in a police car to get them from stop to stop. Or when our city council members are 10 minutes late for a parade, things like that.
Are you talking about that time I was 10 minutes late?
No.
I think you are.
And the parade has to start with or without them. So little things like that will be remembered. Will they be missed? Probably, yeah, because that's what makes a career, is the good and the bad, and you remember everything. And you at the time you're panicking, but afterwards you definitely get a chuckle over yeah. Oh, I guess my most favorite one is, I know I keep going back to Santa's visits, but I'm lead in the patrol car for Santa. We turn the corner and Santa's behind us in the fire truck, not too far. And I'm announcing, here he comes, get ready. And there's a family in the front yard roasting marshmallows on their little front yard. The kids get so excited, they flip the fire container and their whole front yard catches on fire.
That's a good one.
Yes, so there are things that happen. There's highs and lows, and sometimes it's with a career you're lucky if you get to have both of them.
Well, thank you for that. And you've left big shoes to fill. You've left a true legacy, and God bless you and your family. And I hope that your retirement gives you a whole new, meaningful and joyous way to celebrate life and all the good things that are in store in your future. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
So on my notes here, I've got, we could take a 5-minute break if we wanted to. I'd like to move on myself, but okay, we'll do that then. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Anybody need to leave, they can. They're not required to stay for the whole meeting. I know our park rangers might need to go, but don't need to feel obligated. Okay, thank you. All right.
Okay, we'll move on to some new business. The new business is the reorganization and election of officers. At this time, I will direct the meeting to the Parks and Community Services Manager, Leah, to explain the board reorganization process.
Absolutely. Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. I'll be presenting the board reorganization item this evening. To begin, I'll provide a brief overview of the Commission's annual reorganization and the applicable municipal code provisions. The Parks and Recreation Commission serves as a vital link between the community and local government, helping to foster public engagement, review programs, and shape policies that enhance the quality of life for Murrieta residents. As part of its commitment to effective governance, the Commission conducts an annual reorganization to select its leadership. The Municipal Code, Section 2.40.050, states that the Commission shall elect a chair and vice chair from among its members at its first regular meeting in February each year. This year, the first regular meeting following February falls on March 5th, 2026. The officers elected tonight will serve from March 2026 until the first regular meeting in or after February 2027. The chair presides over meetings and supervises the affairs of the commission. The vice chair serves in the chair's place when the chair is absent. There is no term limit provision in Murrieta Municipal Code Section 2.32.030B. It limits service as chair to 2 consecutive years with the option for an additional year if the commission makes a finding of exceptional circumstances. In this section, the term chairs refers to the chairs of all city boards and commissions collectively. It does not refer to the chair or vice chair together. The 2-year limit applies only to service as chair. Service as vice chair does not count toward that limit, and the code does not establish 2 term limits for the vice chair role. For this reorganization, the current chair has served 1 year and is eligible for re-election. The vice chair seat is vacant due to the member relocating outside the city limits. So all current commissioners are eligible for nomination to that role. At this time, I will open the floor for nominations for chair. Once all nominations have been received, the commission will vote on each nominee in the order nominated, and the candidate receiving a majority of the majority of vote of the entire commission will be declared elected. The vice chair will then be elected in the same manner. That concludes my report. I'm happy to answer any questions the commission may have on the board reorganization.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Hunneman for the position of chair.
And I would second that nomination.
I think you have a little bit of a script. I think you have to open up the floor for nominations officially and then vote and then,
Okay,
does the secretary?
yes, so I
Okay,
will.
my apologies. The secretary will take it from here.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. So for the election of chair, so the board reorganization will take place in two parts. First, the election of the chair, followed by the election of the vice chair. So each election will require 2 votes, 1 vote to close the nominations and 1 vote to appoint. The nominated commissioner may take part in the voting process. Nominations do not require a motion and a second and are non-debatable. There may be more than 1 nomination. Upon the election of chair, they will take the center seat. The chair will preside over the process of electing the vice chair in the same manner. Upon election of the vice chair, they will take the seat directly to the right of the chair. Are there any questions from the commission? Okay. And so as secretary, I deem all commissioners are on an equal basis to nominate and elect. Do I hear any nominations for chair?
I would nominate Commissioner Hunneman.
Commissioner Hunneman, do you accept the nomination?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Okay, seeing none. Commissioners, will you please make a motion and a second to close nominations? Okay, commissioners, please vote. Okay. Okay, let the record reflect. Motion passes unanimously 4-0. Okay, so now commissioners, if you will please make a motion and a second to nominate Commissioner Hunneman as chair. Okay, please vote.
Mine seems to be full. I guess it's working. Okay. All right.
Motion carries unanimously 4-0.
Okay.
Congratulations, Commissioner Hunneman. You may now take the center seat, and I will ask for a brief recess to confer with the new chair.
Thank you to my colleagues, and it's not my first time in this chair, but it will be my last because it's my last year on the commission. So, a round of applause for that, sure. Okay. We now have reconvened the Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. We will follow the same procedures outlined by Madam Secretary for the election of the vice chair. With that being said, nominations are now open for vice chair. Do I hear any nominations?
I would like to nominate Whitney Fernandez.
Commissioner Fernandez, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I do.
Are there any other nominations? You're welcome to come grab a seat. Seeing none, commissioners, please make a motion and a second to close nominations for vice chair.
It's not letting me sign in.
I know, I had that problem over there too.
Okay. What am I doing? Sure.
But
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Commissioners, please vote.
Motion carries unanimously 4-0.
Congratulations, Commissioner Fernandez. You've been selected as the new vice chair.
No.
Please take the seat. Stay there. Okay, we'll have a brief recess for the ceremonial placement of the new nameplates. Seeing none, commissioners, please make a motion and a second to approve the agenda. We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, please vote.
Madam Secretary, I can't, yeah.
Okay.
All right, motion carries unanimously 4-0.
This meeting is running smooth as silk since I took over, isn't it? At this time, we will take public comments. Any person may address the Parks and Recreation Commission on any subject pertaining to city business which does not relate to any item listed on the agenda. Normally, no action may be considered or taken by the Parks and Recreation Commission on any matter not listed on the agenda. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. Madam Secretary, do we have any non-agenda public comments?
Yes, I would like to call Krista McDonald.
Just for the record, this is actually on an agenda item. I apologize I'm late, but I feel like Chair Hunneman would make an exception for me, if I may.
5 minutes in, I'm breaking the rules. Certainly, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm late, but I actually stuck around because I wanted to recognize Leah in her retirement. I've been here a mere 5 years, so she probably, thinks I'm a short timer. But in those 5 years, I can tell you from the city clerk department, we have done a lot of shift and a lot of change when it comes to commissions. And Leah really just embraced everything that we kind of threw at her. And she took it with grace.
Maybe get rid of all my files.
Okay, we don't have to tell them that. I didn't make her get rid of them. They were legally destroyed
years
appropriately.
Of files.
So we were
Gone.
compliant. I think there should be an order. But really, I really wanted to thank her because I know she's done so much for this community and all of you as well. And it's just not going to be the same. And she is one of those people that are irreplaceable. And so on behalf of the city clerk department, thank you very much. And we will miss you. And thank you for complying with the law and getting rid of those records. And I wish you nothing but the best, okay?
Thank you
All right.
very much.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate it.
It's out of control. Moving on to the administrative updates. Administrative update is the opportunity for the Parks and Community Services Manager, Leah Kolick, to provide community updates as well as a department or commission announcements or current or upcoming projects. May we please have an administrative update? I understand we have a new person here, and Emily is going to introduce her.
Hi, good evening. My name is Emily Orr. I'm the Recreation Coordinator for Youth Programming. I have our President, Jasmine, to give a Youth Advisory Committee update.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I go to Murrieta Mesa High School. I'm in 10th grade. I am our current president for the Youth Advisory Committee. I just wanted to talk about our meetings and our upcoming events. The Youth Advisory Committee held their third meeting of 2026, where members discussed upcoming events and opportunities to stay involved throughout the spring and summer seasons. The group continues to show strong leadership and enthusiasm for serving the community. Last year, YAC members supported several city events and programs. They helped celebrate the Youth Center's 12th birthday by handing out cupcakes to participants, assist staff during Sensory Santa by helping with crafts and letters to Santa, and support the cookie decorating station at Festival of Trees. The YAC members also assisted with the 2025 Murrieta Winter Camp, where they helped staff with crafts and engaged with the campers during lunch activities. Looking ahead, YAC members plan to assist with Extravaganza Spring Camp and currently working on our planning Youth Sport Day event in the park. The Youth Advisory Committee is excited for the year ahead and look forward to supporting the city events while creating new opportunities for youth in our committee. Thank you.
Just got to say, it's a pleasure to have someone in that seat. It's been a couple of years since we've had youth advisory, and she's here tonight while Murrieta Mesa is playing in a CIF statewide basketball game. The boys team and the girls team over at Murrieta Valley is playing in the CIF playoffs too. So just show our youth. They must have learned how to play basketball at the youth center. So our second item is our annual recreation program update. Michelle Hamilton, Recreation Coordinator, you're up.
Oh, extra copy?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Michelle Hamilton. I've been with the city for about 25 years, so hanging in there. Crystal handed you all a packet earlier, so it does have the slide projector or the PowerPoint presentation. Am I supposed to do this?
It's to advance the slides.
Okay, I've never done that before.
Oh, I will do it.
Sorry.
Just tell me when.
So I'm going to start with our alternative recreation program, which is a program for adults with special needs, intellectual and developmentally disabled. The program's been in a session since 2008. We started with about 20 participants. We had to figure out what we wanted to do with it. There was some back and forth about programming and stuff. So the cost for it was $2 for many, many years. Last year we upped it to $3 per event, unless we're out going somewhere else. And then if we subsidize that cost, we do charge a little bit more. So slide 4. Every other month we have a DJ. In January, we average our participants about 55% or 57 participants per event. I forgot where I was. So we started out actually in 2008 with like 20 participants, and then we grew to a few, about 50 participants. And then when COVID the state cut the recreation budget, it went back down, but now we're back up to about 57 per event, per person, per event. Every other month we have on the second Friday of each month, we have a DJ. And then every other one after that, we just kind of do our own music and dancing and stuff like that. So last January, we had a live band who came and played for us. We got their funds donated by Care Right. And then we also had a karaoke night. Our big event is our Valentine's event, which is sponsored by the Murrieta Rotary Club. They pay for 90% of the event. We provide the building, drinks, tablecloths, stuff like that. And that averages about, we had 101 participants for that one. Some of the council members came, and the participants are able to bring one guest. And so they had about 70 guests for them. The Rotary does the DJ, the photographer, the caterer, because it's a dinner served to them. It's a semi-formal event. They organize the volunteers, the Interact Club, and stuff like that. Care Right donates the corsages and passes out the invitations for us, besides us doing our own. And like I said, the facility is donated by us in the tablecloths. Upcoming events, we have the St. Patty's Day scavenger hunt, which they get to go around the facility and find little items that are attached to the different places. So hopefully they'll have fun with that. And then we have our Easter egg hunt. We have a Disney Bingo. So we have different ones. In your packet, you also have a calendar of events. The backside, the ones for July through December, some of those are subject to change depending on what we're doing. The participants only have the ones through June right now, but I wanted to give you an idea of what we do. So there's that. In November, we have a potluck. We have December, we have our Christmas event for them. Slide 5. The alternative recreation program started in 2008 with 2 staff members, and now we have 4 staff members. So I'm really excited since we have twice as many people. We started out at the community center, but we weren't big enough for the community center. So then we moved to the senior center. And then in 2018, we moved back to the community center because we had so many people. And then again, a lot of our sponsors are our main sponsors are Murrieta Rotary Club, the Care Right, and then this last year we had Melina who donated $500 for a live band too. So that's for the alternative recreation program. For the recreation classes, we have how to become an instructor. They would have to fill out a recreation class proposal form. Instructors who are within the city or uses the city facility, we split their fees where we get 70% or they get 70%, we get 30%. Off-site instructors would get 80%, and then we would get 20. All instructors must be live scanned. They require Murrieta business license. They have to have their insurance. They have to, and then do our schedules. But everything has to be approved through the city. We currently have 22 instructors, 54 class titles, but under those titles are several different programs. Like we have Miss April's dance, and she has tap, ballet, dance. We have a sports saints that have basketball, baseball, different things like that. And then we utilize the city facility. We have the community center. We have the senior center. So the community center has, in the multipurpose room, has like exercise classes, dance classes. We actually use that for our cooking classes. The annex has a preschool class. They also have a Hawaiian dance class. They have music class for toddlers. Our basketball courts, we host pickleball, actually volleyball and tennis at our tennis courts. The senior center, we do dance classes there. We have stick fighting there. We have exercise classes there. Their craft room over there also has dance and art classes. The youth center, we have exercise class in there. Sometimes we have toddler classes in the morning, occasionally. Equestrian Park, we have archery out there and back in the hay barn. And then Fire Station 4, they do their CPR classes there. Alderwood Clubhouse, we have fencing, gymnastics, and some of our summer camps are out there also. And then our parks, we have multiple classes out there. So we have our mini skills at the Cal Oaks Park. We have toddler soccer at Firefighters Park. And then Los Alamos, we have golf, soccer, baseball, and upcoming, we're going to try to do, what is it? What was the one she asked? I forgot. I know at Cal Oaks, oh, no, not at Los Alamos. Oh, football at Los Alamos. And then Cal Oaks, we're going to start a basketball class. So that's what I have for you. In your packet also is a recreation program, kind of a guide of what classes that we offer. It's not truly up to date, but most of the classes repeat. So that will be getting updated soon, and I'll get that to Roseanne. But for that, that's what I have for you guys today. If you have any questions.
Commissioners, any questions for Michelle?
Michelle, you're doing great work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much. Moving on to the consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar are to be considered routine by the governing bodies and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. There will be no discussion of these items unless before the governing body votes on the motion to adopt, specific items are removed from the consent calendar for separate motions. We have item 1, the minutes of the January 15th meeting. Item 2, recreation activities and events report. Item 3, parks, projects and maintenance report. Are there any items the commission would like to pull from the consent calendar? Okay, seeing none, commissioners make a motion and a second to adopt the consent calendar. We have a motion, we have a second. Please vote.
I'm still showing up on this as Whitney, so just so you know.
Okay. All right. Motion carries unanimously 4-0.
Thank you very much. Moving on to discussion item number 2. Park assignments. Can we have a staff report, please?
Yes, you may. Thank you, Chair and Commissioners. This item provides an overview of the current park assignment structure and opens discussion on how the Commission would like to handle the assignments moving forward, particularly in light of the recent vacancy. So the purpose of the park assignments give additional eyes on the facilities. Commissioners help identify issues early and support safe, clean, and welcoming parks. The partnership strengthens maintenance efficiency and community engagement. Staff's ongoing role. Parks maintenance continues their routine work of trash, restrooms, graffiti removal, vandalism, liabilities, and repairs. Commissioners complement this, though, through informal spot checks and reporting. The park assignment form that's also included in your agenda report is attached. It provides a structured way to note and track observations. You do not need to use it. Issues can be reported by phone, email, that form, or the city's Fix-It app. Completed forms may be emailed, dropped off at City Hall, or handed to staff at the next meeting for non-urgent items. The commission last discussed park assignments in March 2025. Commissioner Gilliland has moved outside the city limits, creating a vacancy and no one to oversee her park assignments. Given this vacancy, there are several ways the commission may wish to approach the park assignments at this time. You can table the discussion until the vacant seat is filled. You can assign the former's parks to an alternate temporarily. You can redistribute the parks among the seated commissioners, reassign only high priority and high use parks now and defer the rest until the vacancy is filled, or provide other direction as the commission prefers. Each option has different implications for workload and timing, and staff is prepared to support whichever direction the commission chooses. If you have any questions on my report, I'm happy to answer.
Before I ask the other commissioners, I know we have a vacancy now. Do we have an alternate?
Yes, the city clerk's office does have an alternate. I apologize, I don't know his name.
Brian Glassman.
Okay, Brian, another Brian.
You never have enough Brians.
And I'm sure the city clerk's office will be reaching out to him shortly to find out his availability and whether or not he desires to fill that vacancy.
Commissioners, any questions of the staff report?
Mr. Chair, I would recommend that we keep the park assignments as they currently stand and hold the Commissioner Robbins parks in abeyance until the alternate commissioner joins us, hopefully in June.
That is our expectation.
Yes.
So that is my lengthy motion recommendation.
Any further discussion? We need a motion on our action, correct?
Yes, please.
Commissioner Colopy has recommended. So that was your motion?
Yeah, do you want me to restate it so it makes sense?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
No. My answer would be, why start now? Please.
I would make a motion that the existing park assignments remain as they are, with Robbins Parks to remain uncovered until a new alternate commissioner joins us hopefully in June. And then if there's an issue in June, we can talk about splitting them up if we need to.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, please vote.
Motion carries unanimously 4-0.
I might note, Mr. Chairman, that my colleague pointed out that I actually made it worse with that clarification.
We still love you.
I didn't want to hurt your feelings, but yeah, I would. The chair concurs. Moving on to discussion item number 3, Parks and Recreation Commission agenda forecast. Can we get a staff report, please?
Yes, you may.
This is your final staff report?
Pardon?
This is your final staff report?
This will be my final staff report. Yes, it will.
All right, we'll take 15, 20 minutes, whatever you need.
Good evening once again, Chair and Commissioners. Our last discussion item is the agenda forecast item. This report aims to facilitate a productive discussion regarding the future topics for the Parks and Recreation Commission agenda. Would a copy of the agenda forecast should be in your packet? Would the commissioners like to modify, add to, or delete any of the proposed list of topics in order to ensure relevance and timely updates?
Any questions of Leah? Any comments? Any suggestions?
You know, I reviewed it and I could find it was perfect. Yep, perfect.
Yes.
So,
And I do want to note real quick, we had a few items that were scheduled to be on tonight's agenda. We will move those and rearrange them. One being the homeless services update. We will put that on a future, probably next meeting.
Ooh, colorful.
Based on his review, Paul was just about ready to point that out, Brian, but thank you.
Him and I are on the same wavelength.
All right. Like I ever had control. Moving on to commission member announcements. Commissioners. Oh.
No, once again, Leah, I would just close with the fact that I too have had the privilege of serving in Redondo Beach, in Wildemar, and now here on commissions. And this by far has been the most rewarding experience. And it's really due to your leadership and the way the team supports you and you support the team. So with that, it's been an honor and a pleasure, and wish you well.
Commissioner Barker?
good.
Okay, Commissioner Fernandez? Okay. I'll echo Commissioner Colopy's comments. The one thing I would like to just add is I'm retired now, so I've got nothing to do, so I watched the workshop on video the other day at the City Council, at least parts of it. And I was pleased to see the discussion of the pool has been moved up to a Tier 1 priority. I think it was Tier 97 last. I think it was about Tier 97 last year. So now where the money comes from and all those other things, but at least there is a recognition that I seem to see on the council level that the issue, maybe we're not going to kick it down the road anymore. We're at least going to address it. So I was pleased to see that. They did that for me, yeah. And with that, I'm about ready to adjourn the meeting. I would like to adjourn the meeting in memory and out of respect for Michael Moylan. Michael is Commissioner Fernandez's father who passed away today. So we will be adjourning this meeting tonight in his memory. No further business. We are adjourned.